Good day. Here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. Our starting point is the continuing response efforts of the government as severe tropical storm Kristine dumps torrential rains over most of the country. The Department of Social Welfare and Development assures the public that it has enough relief goods and funds to assist those affected by the storm. In a press briefing, Social Welfare Secretary Rex Gatchalian announced that nearly 2 million family food packs were prepositioned across regional, provincial, and municipal hubs under the DSWD's Buong Bansa Handa program. He says the DSWD has sufficient funds to provide financial assistance for recovery efforts and that both regular and disaster funds are available for mobilization. Meanwhile, the Office of the Civil Defense reported 10 deaths, 2 injuries, and 9 missing persons, though these figures are still being validated. The Philippine Ports Authority also noted that over 7,300 passengers are stranded in various ports nationwide due to the storm, with food assistance being provided by the DSWD.
Pag-upo ng ating Pangulo, ang kanyang direktiba ay lagi tayong handa. So we came up with a program called Buong Bansa Handa, if you can recall, wherein we pre-position goods all year round. Hindi na tayo nag-aantay, ang paradigm natin o ang mindset natin, hindi na tayo nag-aantay ng sakuna pa na dumating, kundi nakakalat na sa mga regional, provincial, warehouse at municipal warehouses natin ang ating mga family food packs at iba pang mga gagamitin during relief operations. Sa katunayan, bago natin naramdaman yung epekto ng bagyong Kristine, ang national stockpile natin, ito yung mga family food packs na nakakalat sa lahat ng mga warehouses natin sa buong bansa, nasa kulang-kulang 2 million pieces. Ngayong umaga, I don't know if they can just flash the data, meron tayong 1.98 to 600 million family food packs.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez credited President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s anti-poverty initiatives for the significant drop in self-rated poverty and hunger across the country. The latest tugon ng masa survey by Octa Research revealed that an estimated 43% of Filipino families, or around 11.3 million, identified themselves as poor in the third quarter of 2024. According to the Octa Research, this is a notable improvement compared to the 48% in June. It says the 5 percentage point decrease in self-rated poverty means that around 1.4 million families no longer see themselves as poor, an indication of positive shift in self-rated poverty. The self-rated poverty dropped by 7 percentage points in balanced Luzon from 37% to 30% and by 17 percentage points in Mindanao from 77% to 60%, followed by the Visayas at 59%. However, poverty perception rose in the National Capital Region from 28% to 35%. Romualdez attributed this improvement to the government's whole of government approach, particularly its food assistance programs and social safety nets. Despite global challenges, Romualdez assures that Congress would continue to support the country's economic growth and strengthen protections for the most vulnerable, including the 79% of families in Class E who still consider themselves as poor. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority has deployed a 50-member team to assist those affected by heavy rains and floods caused by severe tropical storm Kristine in Bicol region. MMDA Chair Don Artes said a 30-member clearing team would clear roads from debris while a 20-member search team would carry out search and rescue operations. The team also brought 40 solar-powered water filtration systems, an aluminum boat, 2 engine-operated rubber boats, 20 small fiberglass boats, 1,000 life vests, 6 chainsaws, modular evacuation tents, and medicine for leptospirosis. The MMDA is coordinating with the Office of the Civil Defense as to where the agency's contingent and resources will be dispatched. They will distribute food packs from donors, which are expected to arrive in the Bicol region. by Friday morning. Meanwhile, the Department of Health has deployed its own health emergency response teams to aid evacuation centers in provinces affected by severe tropical storm Kristine. In a public advisory, the DOH said the teams were positioned in Albay, Camarines Sur, Matnog Port, and other severely damaged areas. Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa said 3 Philippine emergency medical assistance teams are on standby in case additional manpower is needed. He said they are teams certified by the World Health for domestic and international deployment. Herbosa plans to deploy one team in Bicol and another in northern and central Luzon. A watch on the weather. Severe tropical storm Kristine continues to cross the landmass of northern Luzon and has now reached the Cordillera administrative region. Pag-asa said the center of Kristine was last seen in the vicinity of Bauco Mountain Province. It is moving northwestward at 20 kilometers per hour with maximum sustained winds of 95 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 160 kilometers per hour. Kristine may slightly weaken as it continues across northern Luzon and then re-intensify over the West Philippine Sea. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 3 is raised over Mountain Province, Ifugao, Benguet, the northern portion of Nueva Vizcaya, the southern portion of Ilocos Sur, La Union, and Pangasinan. Signal number 2 is in effect over Cagayan, including Babuyan Islands, Isabela, Quirino, the rest of Nueva Vizcaya, Apayao, Kalinga, Abra, Ilocos Norte, the rest of Ilocos Sur, Nueva Ecija, Aurora, Bulacan, Tarlac, Pampanga, Zambales, Bataan, Metro Manila, Rizal, Cavite, the western portion of Batangas, the northern portion of Quezon, including Polillo Islands, the northern portion of Laguna and Lubang Islands. Signal number 1 is raised over Batanes, the rest of Batangas, the rest of Laguna, rest of Luzon, the rest of Occidental Mindoro, Oriental Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, the northern portion of mainland Palawan, including Calamian Islands, Cuyo and Kalayaan Islands, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, and Masbate, including Ticao and Burias Islands. Also affected are parts of Visayas, particularly Aklan, Capiz, Antique, including Kaluya Islands, Iloilo, Bantayan Islands, Northern Samar, the northern portion of Samar, Biliran, the northern portion of Eastern Samar, the northwestern portion of Leyte. Pag-asa warns against storm weather, including heavy rains and winds in Ilocos Region, Cordillera Administrative Region, Central Luzon, Bicol Region, Mainland Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, and Quezon. Metro Manila, the rest of Luzon, Visayas, Dinagat Islands, and Surigao del Norte will experience rains with gusty winds. The throw of Kristine will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over Zamboanga Peninsula, northern Mindanao, Barm, and Soxargen, and partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms over the rest of Mindanao. In other news, the Philippine National Police detailed before senators on Wednesday its findings on the alleged abuses committed by Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Apollo Quiboloy. It says the KOJC leader is seemingly emulating the biblical story of King Solomon, who had 700 wives and 300 concubines. During the hearing of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality on alleged abuses within the KOJC, Davao City Police Office Director Colonel Hansel Marantan reported that Quiboloy is believed to have victimized about 200 women, 68 of which have been identified. Marantan said the pastor groomed the women he would abuse and brainwashed his followers into believing that what he was doing is legal. Marantan said that Quiboloy also terrified his followers through the existence of his so-called army, the Angels of Death. He added that the pastor victimized generations of his followers through the years. The religious leader's victim survivors also recounted the abuses they suffered. Quiboloy, who appeared at the hearing for the first time, repeatedly denied their allegations and challenged them to file cases in court. Meanwhile, the PNP is also investigating other crimes attributed to Quiboloy, such as land grabbing in Barangay Tamayong, Davao City, money laundering and tax evasion, and illegal operations of schools and other businesses under the KOJC. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Serbisyo Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. It's 62 days before Christmas. I'm Wilnard Bacelonia. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.